What's up, Detroit faithful? You've landed back on Lions News Fan Report, where we bring you the juiciest rumors and hottest speculation straight from Ford Field. If you're as fired up as I am, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report right now, because today's topic might literally change the direction of our defense in 2025. Picture this: the off-season buzz has been deafening, with questions swirling around how our beloved Lions can replace two key coordinators, Ben Johnson offensively and Aaron Glenn on defense. While everyone's been debating our quarterback depth and offensive wrinkles under Ben Johnson's predecessor, there's one glaring need that still looms over Detroit's entire game plan. Could there finally be a blockbuster answer lurking just beyond the horizon? Imagine a veteran presence stepping in, a proven sack artist who has terrorized quarterbacks for years, someone whose very name strikes fear in offensive lines across the league. But hold your horses, because I'm not going to drop that heavyweight name just yet. What we do know is this: our front office has played its cards close to the vest this spring. Despite the draft not yielding a blockbuster edge rusher, whispers started emerging around the trade deadline conversations Detroit had floating around, rumors of reaching out to teams with surplus veterans. When those talks died down, many of us assumed the Lions would simply roll with the younger core, trusting in developing stars like Aiden Hutchinson to fill the void. Yet insiders close to Brad Holmes have suggested there's still one big move left on the table, an opportunity that could rock the NFC North's foundation. So, who is this mystery target? And why has Detroit remained coy about making any official announcement? Could it be that the front office wants to ensure every T is crossed and every I is dotted before dropping a potential bombshell on the league? We know from recent chatter that CBS Sports' John Breach handpicked exactly 4 teams as landing spots for a certain former Super Bowl MVP, someone released by his previous team after a long, celebrated career. That list included Philadelphia, Washington, Houston, and, you guessed it, our Lions. Right now, contracts are still being negotiated, medicals are still pending, and my sources indicate that once that final physical is completed, wham, we might see the press conference that Detroit fans have been dreaming about. In the meantime, let's lean into the history behind this name without saying it outright. This player led the league in sacks during his rookie season and has amassed well over 100 career sacks, cementing himself as one of the fiercest pass rushers of the past decade. He's a future Hall of Famer, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and was instrumental in hoisting the Lombardi Trophy back in 2015. Think about those endless quarterback pressures, the forced fumbles, the game-changing strips. That's exactly what Detroit has lacked since getting knocked out of the playoffs prematurely last year. Could his arrival mean an immediate bump to our pass rush rank, which finished near the middle of the pack in 2024? It sure seems plausible. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What would it take salary cap-wise to bring in this disruptor? Surely the Lions would have to free up some cash, possibly jettisoning a mid-tier linebacker or restructuring a deal with a veteran defensive back. Brad Holmes has proven time and time again that he can juggle contracts like a master. But do you really believe he'd risk the team's financial flexibility without being 100% certain of the player's health? Scouts reportedly flagged a minor knee tweak during early workouts, something that the player himself downplayed, saying, "I'm in great shape and ready to help wherever they need me." That type of confidence resonates, but we all know how merciless the NFL rehab process can be. Meanwhile, on social media, fans are already going berserk. Some believe that once this player dons Honolulu blue and silver, he'll instantly outshine every other defensive lineman in the division. "Our D-line would be unstoppable," reads one fan post, while another cautions, "Don't celebrate too soon. Remember Maurice Claret's hype. Wait for the ink on his contract to dry." It's that fine line between unbridled optimism and cold, hard reality that makes this off-season saga so irresistible. After all, could this roster-altering move be the missing piece that propels Detroit into Super Bowl contention? Or might it end up being a what-if footnote if things go sideways? Only time will tell. Historically speaking, the Lions haven't been known for landing generational free agents in recent memory. The last time a big name hit the Motor City was back in the Calvin Johnson era, and oh, how we all clamored to see Megatron terrorize defenses week in and week out. Many analysts point to that period as our team's golden moment, one that fizzled out due to injuries and unfortunate timing. Now, fast forward almost a decade later, and here we stand, hoping to rekindle that same electric energy on the defensive side. It's poetic, almost cinematic. The franchise that once soared for playoffs now seeking redemption by adding another future Hall of Famer. So here's what we're watching for. An imminent formal announcement, most likely in July, that will reveal the player's identity after drawing out the suspense. When that curtain finally lifts, I expect Dan Campbell to be beaming, already planning how to integrate this veteran into a defensive scheme loaded with young talent. How will he balance the workload between the emerging stars and the seasoned legend? Can he maintain locker room chemistry? Could this veteran influence the trajectory of younger guys like Sam Williams and Josh Paschal? These are the questions that keep die-hard Lions fans up at night, buzzing with anticipation. We're only halfway through free agency, and the trade window is still open. The storyline feels so juicy that a Hollywood scriptwriter might say, "Nah, that's too far-fetched." But here in Detroit, we're ready to believe, and we want it to be true. As the days tick by, check every official Lions source for hints. A cryptic tweet, a press conference scheduling notice, or even a random quote from Holmes hinting at yet-to-be-confirmed news. Every little breadcrumb could signal that the Lions are about to pull the trigger on this blockbuster acquisition. And then there's the playoff picture we've all been mind-mapping. In 2024, Detroit exited in the first round despite a dominant season, all because our defense sputtered at key moments. With Von Miller's veteran savvy, could we realistically flip the script in January? Suppose the Lions host a wild-card game at Ford Field, and Miller is on a tear, bringing 3 sacks and forcing a fumble. Suddenly, the narrative shifts. Detroit is no longer just a regular season darling. We become true contenders. But what if Miller's recovery from a long, grueling season means he's not at peak form until mid-October? Would missing the first month of the season undermine early momentum and force Detroit to fight just to secure a playoff spot rather than lock down home field advantage? These what-ifs keep us Lions fans arguing in comment threads well into the night. Now, let's pause and consider the human side. Von Miller's legacy. He's a future Hall of Famer who's already hoisted a Lombardi trophy twice, once with the Broncos, once with the Rams. His gritty narrative of overcoming doubters, battling through injuries, and still performing at an elite level is the stuff of legend. What if bringing him to Detroit inspires not just his teammates but the entire city? Imagine Ford Field on a chilly December evening, the roar reaching deafening levels as Miller sacks Kirk Cousins to seal an NFC North clinching win. That moment would be immortalized forever in Lions lore. Some insiders speculate that Miller himself sees Detroit as his last chance to capture another ring, an opportunity he's been eyeing since watching Jared Goff dismantle defenses during the 2023 season. Could hiring him send a message that the Lions are no longer the NFL's punching bag, but a team to be reckoned with? Finally, let's loop back to you, the fans. What do you make of this rumor? If Von Miller indeed becomes a Lion, do you foresee an immediate championship run, or are you skeptical that age and wear might blunt his impact? Personally, I'm fired up at the prospect. Just picturing him in our huddle gives me goosebumps. There's something poetic about a future Hall of Famer coming to Detroit to mentor our young pass rushers while simultaneously elevating our playoff ceiling. I can't wait to read your takes in the comments below. Let's get this discussion blazing, and before you go, make sure to smash that like button. If you believe Von Miller can change the Lions' destiny, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report for more breaking rumors, and share this video with every Detroit fan you know. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, keep roaring loud, Lions Country.